Welcome back to the Grid Girls podcast. It's been a while since we've met to record. So this time we're going to be covering the last 3 races, which are, what were they again?
Canada.
No, before that, Miami, Canada, and Monaco. I'm Heath.
And I'm Eve.
It's lights out and away we go. Okay, so today let's start with some breaking news. And I think by now everyone's probably heard the breaking news, but we want to talk about it. And that is that
Charles has renewed with Ferrari. How long is the contract?
You know what? I didn't see. Let's look it up.
For some reason, I saw everywhere people were saying it was like in perpetuity. Like, he's going to be with them for life. And I don't know if that's true or not.
He's going to be buried in Ferrari livery.
He is. Livery.
Livery?
Yes.
How does that make sense? All right. Anyway, how are we feeling about that while I look up how long the contract is?
I don't know why he is so obsessed with Ferrari, why he's sticking with Ferrari. What is it, just like the name that he's worried about of being with Ferrari? Like, what is it called?
I don't know. Or do you think that maybe he just didn't have good enough options to leave?
Well, he could have, listen, Red Bull, wrong. I mean, it's no good right now. McLaren might have been an option because, although I don't know if Zach would have taken him over Oscar or Piastri, because
Oscar, Piastri, or Lando?
the team of one. Orlando, because I know everyone was saying how good Charles was, but honestly, I don't know if it's just because Ferrari's been holding him back, but I haven't seen it.
I feel like I haven't either.
Yeah.
And he's in a better car this year.
He is in a better car.
So, yeah, maybe he didn't have really good options, but he's with them until 2030 now. 4 years?
Yeah, 4 more years.
4 more years?
Which is a lifetime in Formula 1 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot can happen in 4 years. And
he could be washed out in 4 years.
Yeah. Like, what is happening that Lewis is making it happen? Is it because he has the experience and he knows how to set up a car and talk to the engineers about it? And Charles, for some reason, hasn't been able to do that. Maybe because he hasn't moved around.
Maybe. I know that recently Hamilton said that he didn't feel like the simulator was working for him. He thought it was actually like holding him back, so he chose to not use the simulator anymore. I haven't heard that Charles has made the same decision, so maybe it's a technicality issue. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. But now he's with Ferrari until 2030.
Prestige. That's the word I was thinking about.
Ah, I see. Prestige Worldwide. Remember Step Brothers? They're company they made. Sorry. Anyway, so sometimes it feels a little bit like he's in a toxic relationship that he can't get out of.
I don't get it. I don't get why he is so obsessed with them. If it's not working out, it hasn't been working out, move on.
Also, like, who would have taken him? I don't think Mercedes would take him over Kimi or George, do you? And everyone else, like, I don't think has a car that can compete.
No, he doesn't have good options right now. Would Toto trade him over George? No, but he'd trade him for Max Verstappen.
That's what I keep hearing.
Although, would he trade him now that he knows Kimi's like up to the challenge? And he doesn't want 2 number ones.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, you probably don't want to mess with it. I mean, they're leading in the Constructors and the World Drivers' Championship, so I wouldn't want to mess with that. Definitely not. Okay, so speaking of, let's talk about the current standings. So we are now 6 races into the season because the April races got canceled due to the conflict in the Middle East. Let's see, we have Kimi, who now has a lead in the standings. He is first place right now, leading with 66 points. He's got a 66-point lead. Next up is actually Hamilton, who
Ooh,
overtook
after
George
today.
after the Monaco race today. He has overtaken George Russell. He's in second place with 90 points, and George Russell has dropped to third with 88 points. So it's still close between Hamilton and George, but Kimi is widening the lead. After that, in the top 10, we have in fourth, Charles with 75 points, Oscar with 60, Lando with 58, Max Verstappen with 43 points, Isaac Hadjar with 29 points, Liam Lawson with 26, and Pierre Gasly with 26. So those are the top 10 now for the World Driver Championship. And again, Kimi is leading with a 66-point lead. It's starting to look like it's his year. It started off, with George winning the first race, the sprint, and then it just flipped.
I was so hopeful too because there's like what is that conspiracy or something? What is it?
Huh? Uh,
Like superstition. There's like a superstition that the winner of the Australian Grand Prix will be the world champion, which it
Oh, I
historically
have
has
heard
happened.
that.
Like Lando, uh, won last year, and I think Verstappen won the year before that. So I was very, very hopeful that he would win.
So you're rooting for George.
Yes, I'm Team George Russell right now.
And as a reminder, I am a brand new F1 fan. This is my first season of Formula One. So I still don't have a favorite driver. I have drivers that I like, but I don't have a favorite driver. A favorite driver hasn't called out to me yet. Although the more I watch and the more I start getting to know these drivers, there's a few that kind of stick out. I think I really like Kimi because he's just like an innocent child, and I love seeing him succeed. And also Max, because I love his sass. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll talk about it later because we're gonna talk about Monaco, and I want to save it for the Monaco
Okay.
conversation. But just I love how sassy he gets when he's doing interviews or just talking to the other drivers during press conferences. He's just so sassy, and I love it. Who else sticks out to me? Carlos Sainz because he's hot. and, um, and for some reason, I don't know what it is about me, but when I see people hate on specific drivers, it makes me want to like them, almost like I can fix you type of thing.
Aw. Who's being hated on?
Lance Stroll. And it
Oh,
makes me want to root for him. Because some of the hate just seems like it's
jealousy. They want a rich
no,
daddy.
it seems like
I
it's
want a rich daddy.
like it's exaggerated. Like I
Oh, he's an
understand
easy target.
he
He's an
is
easy
an
target.
easy target.
Nepo baby. I don't know if he's a nepo baby. He's
He
just
hasn't
rich.
been doing that well. He crashed today in Monaco.
He does
But was
not
that his
have
fault?
good PR training.
Yeah, so I don't know. When I see the hate, it makes me want to like him. But also, I think another one that sticks out for me from Drive to Survive actually is Pierre Gasly because I like his personality.
Mm.
He seems like a good teammate. Like if I were to race with anyone on the grid if I had to pick one person as my teammate, I think I would pick Pierre Gasly.
I like Isaac Hadjar. I like
What's he like? Because because he's newer, right?
he's been, I think this is his third year,
I see.
right?
Well,
Because he started with B Carb. Or did he get promoted to Red Bull this year? This must be his second
I
year.
think he got promoted this year. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I think this is his
But
second year.
so far this season, and maybe because like I don't see him as much on social media, like people posting about him.
Mm.
So my only impression of him has been the like radio messages. And radio messages, if you're new to Formula One, is when you're driving and you've got your mic and you're talking to your engineers and your team back in the paddock. Those are radio messages. I know it's self-explanatory. Is that why you're laughing?
No, I'm just thinking about some of the radio clips of him when he was in F2 and he was like, he crashed and he's like, no, I destroyed the car. I love that one.
Well, in this race and maybe the last one, I don't know, he seemed like upset or like
Girl,
angry
wouldn't you
or
be?
like mad. I mean, yes, but also like, has he always been like that? Like where he like doesn't handle stress well or
Yes. I mean, I think they all kind of handle stress well enough just because they're Formula One drivers, but he is more expressive, yes.
I see. Okay. And I don't know. For me, just from the workplace too, right? I don't like working with people who can't manage their stress because they make it everyone else's problem. And I don't like that. That doesn't solve problems
But
that
sometimes it's not that they're trying to make it everyone else's problem. They're just upset. And some people just like talk out loud or express their
I
upsetness.
suppose.
But if you are sensitive to that, like people like think
No,
people are upset at them.
it's not that I'm sensitive to the expressiveness because I don't take it personal. That's not the part that annoys me. The part that annoys me is, to me, it's time wasting. If you're going to point out a problem, point out a solution too. Like that's my mindset, I guess. So if I'm going to point out a problem at work, I'm not just going to sit there and complain. I'm also going to offer a solution
Okay,
or
but he's driving
offer,
and his
okay,
car shit.
but yes, but sorry, we're getting off track because now I'm talking about in the workplace.
Yeah.
But so let's get back on track to talking, back on track to talk about Isaac. That's basically the impression I got, was that maybe he's a little hothead.
Yes, a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay. So yeah, and to me that's not appealing. So he wouldn't be up there as one of my top drivers. But yeah, so I'm still on the hunt for a
That's
top
my opinion.
driver. And yeah, we'll see how the season goes. Maybe by the end of the season I'll have a top driver, a favorite driver.
Yeah.
And so that's where we are in the standings. And today, because we're going to talk about
Yes. So before we get into like the races and recaps, we're gonna go over a little bit of glitter glitter girls. We're gonna go over a couple of tongue twisters. We're gonna go over the Grid Girls glossary for all the newbies out there. To just go over some definitions of like the words
some
you
of the
hear all the
terms.
time, some of the terms you hear all the time during the races. So the first one we have are stewards, which you probably like know. Oh yeah, I know what a steward is. They're the people in the race that like make rules or something. But a steward is an independent official who is responsible for enforcing the sport's regulation, investigating on-track incidents, and determining penalties during a race weekend. So you can get mad at them.
Like if you watch basketball fans will get very mad at referees when they make a bad call, and then they'll
Yes.
start chanting, "Ref, you suck. Ref, you suck."
Wow.
I love joining those chants.
Wow. Um, marbles. Marbles on track are the small, balled up shreds of rubber that peel off the tires during the race because the tires get super duper hot. That's why they go through like, I don't know how many sets of tires they go through in a year.
I did see after the race when the cars pulled up to their first, second, and third spots. They did a close up of, I think it was Isaac's car,
Mhm.
and his tires were toe up,
Yeah, like you see like
destroyed.
little black
Yes.
bubblings or whatever. So next, we've got retiring from the race. Self-explanatory, but it means when a driver permanently withdraws from that race and they do not finish. They do not pass the finish line.
In other words, a DNF, a did not finish.
Did not finish. In-race penalties are in-race time penalties that the racers have to serve. A 5-second penalty is applied for minor driving infringements like track limit violations, forcing another driver off the track, or minor pit lane speeding. During a pit stop, the team must wait 5 seconds before working on the car. So it's like when you see them come into the pit and then everyone's just like waiting there ready to go
With
and
the
they have to wait
tires.
5 seconds. Yes. Otherwise, it is added to the driver's final race time if they do not serve the time penalty. 10-second penalty are issued for more severe offenses like collisions or causing a collision. The team must hold the car for 10 seconds during a pit stop or it is added to the race time.
So, for example, it has to be served in the pit unless you're in a race like Monaco, which is supposed to be a one pit race. So if you get that 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but you're not meant to pit again, then it gets added at the end of your time. All right, now moving on to today's main topic, which is to talk about the last two races. We're going to start with Miami. And Miami so far has been the best race for McLaren, who hasn't been doing that great in the first races of the season. So for the Miami race, we ended up with Kimi, Lando, and Oscar on the podium. I think that's the only time that the both of them have been on the podium this year, like together.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is that the only time they've been on the podium at all? That might be the only time they've been on the podium at all,
Huh, I think so.
actually. Um, but yes, so it was a fun, action-packed race. I'm going to be looking at my notes. Um, Miami was a fun, action-packed race, although I feel like so far they've all been fun and action-packed for me. And maybe that's the norm of every race, or maybe this season's just really good. I don't know, but because I can't really compare it to prior seasons. But this every race has been very fun for me. But in Miami particularly, I think is where I started seeing Verstappen doing a little bit better. He had an early spin out and then had to battle the midfield to get to fifth place. What was fun about his race was that
Mm.
he spun out, I think ended up like ninth or 10th, and then had to battle the midfield to get back towards closer to the podium. And I remember that Carlos Sainz did a radio message saying he was complaining, saying he thinks he can do whatever he wants because he's battling the midfield. Because I think he like pushed him off track a little or something like that, or
Uh-huh.
came really close to a collision with him. And
Damn.
so Carlos Sainz was like not happy about it. And then Charles was actually set to win third at this race if he hadn't spun out in the last lap, allowing Piastri to take third. So really McLaren's like second and third place was because Charles spun out. And I think he dropped to sixth place because like 3 people passed him. And what was funny at the end to me was that because, in the United States, the drinking age is 21. So Kimi was not able to have a bottle of champagne at the end.
Oh, because
He's
that's
18, I think?
funny.
18 or 19. I can't remember. I think he's 19.
Oh my gosh.
But at the time, he's in the United States. He's not 21. He did not get a real bottle of
What is the
champagne.
drinking age
I
in
think in a lot of other countries,
it's
it's
18?
18.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
I think in Mexico, it's 18.
Wait, so he won and couldn't even, like, celebrate?
I can celebrate with a bottle of champagne. So he
Damn.
was probably spraying everyone else with sparkling water.
Seltzer water.
Yeah, would be my guess. I think his bottle like didn't have like a label or it looked a little bit different than everybody else's. And I just caught my eye and I thought it was kind of funny.
That's funny.
And you know what? I think that's a lot of thing that like a lot of things. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
And you know what? I think a lot of people have complained about that because like why is the drinking age in the United States 21, but you can vote at 18. And in every other country, you can vote and drink at 18. So it's like
Yeah.
we're treating you like you're an adult, but not quite.
Maybe because there isn't as good public transportation in the United States.
I don't think that's it, but that's a good
That's a
reason
good
for keeping it that way,
that's a
I
good
think.
modern
Yes.
reason. I don't know
Yes.
about back then.
I think it probably started with like post prohibition and then people like not wanting to control the drinking afterwards. But let's move on to Canada.
Canada.
So in Canada, we have another Kimi Antonelli win. And we had Hamilton and Verstappen in second and third. And I think this has been my favorite podium so far because I love seeing the greats back on the podium. I guess Kimi's one of them now. So it was nice seeing Hamilton and Verstappen, and just the 3 of them had, I think, good energy together when they were in the cool down room and afterwards when they were doing the press releases. And then I think they were doing another press release for Monaco because they got first, second, and third position, I
Mhm.
believe. And then just their energy together, it just cracks me up. Like, I think they're funny together. I think they have good energy together. So that has been my favorite podium. was watching the 3 of them up there, and seeing Max happy again
Oh.
and not complaining. That was nice. That was nice to see. So Canada was interesting because it was wet conditions the whole weekend. And before the race started, it had been raining and it was sprinkling when the race started. So everybody was starting on, I don't know that much about tires. I can't remember what kind of tires everyone was starting on, but McLaren chose to do the opposite of everybody else. And they started on different tires. So after they were expecting the track to be wetter than it actually was, they were expecting more rain, which didn't come. So after the first lap, they had to pit to change their tires.
Oh my
They
god.
realized they were on the wrong tires. And I think the drivers were even saying that during the formation lap. Like, I don't think we're on the right tires. And then
But once they're on the formation lap, like, is there anything they can do?
I'm not sure. I want to say that I heard somebody saying that they couldn't advise them when they're on the formation lap that I think the driver could have chosen, but the I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that, but
If they could have chosen to pit themselves during the formation lap. Yeah, we have to look into that.
who's
Can
gonna
they do that?
do that if, like, your engineers aren't telling you to? But yeah,
I think that's
basically
where, like, experience
yeah,
comes in because there were a lot of
yeah,
times when Lando, before he won the championship, where he was kinda just doing whatever they were telling him to do, and I think the year he won the championship last year, he was more decisive.
hmm, kind of off topic, but I feel like Lando had a glow up.
He's always looked like that.
No, I feel like
They're so
he
childish.
yes. I feel like he looks more manly. I don't know, like, I feel like his neck got thicker. Like like, his hair is looking really good. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he got a glow up from last season to this season. But
He's always had a really good stylist, like, his online, his style is really cute.
I don't really follow him like that, so I don't know, like, what his style is like, but I mean,
Like, his branding, his
like,
brand.
his physical appearance, I think, has changed.
You used to be ugly, now you're not.
No, not like that. It's to me, okay, so it's like when again, I'm gonna bring it back to basketball. So whenever a rookie
Ugh.
joins a team, they come in from college looking kinda skinny compared to the rest of the
Looking
team.
wet behind the
A
ears.
little bit, yes. You can like, they look like rookies, like, their bodies look like rookies, and then after a year or 2, they grow into, like, their manly bodies, where they look like they're, like, more physically, like, strong, like, they worked out more, like, they look
How long has Lando been
bigger.
racing?
I
Like,
don't
4
know,
years?
but I feel like he had that type of glow up, like, from rookie to seasoned pro.
8 seasons, goddamn. Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like again, like, I feel like his neck got thicker, like, he looks more muscular, like, more buff, I don't know. Maybe it's in my head.
He's 26. So
See,
he's, like,
maybe
18?
it's that the frontal lobe developed. I don't know. Maybe he looks more like a man now because his frontal lobe developed. I don't know.
Ooh.
But yeah. And then what else did we have to say about Canada? So it was wet conditions. McLaren did not have good tire strategy, which caused them to really drop down, I think, to 12th and 13th. And then sadly, Lando actually had to retire from the race completely because his car started malfunctioning.
Mhm.
Um, so after the McLarens were out, it was Russell and Kimi battling out for first. So they were first and second, kind of swapping out throughout the race. And Russell was actually leading for a good portion of the race. And then, very heartbreakingly, he had a DNF. He had to retire his car. I think it was a battery issue. Although a lot of people online are saying it's a conspiracy because he was finally going to beat Kimi and they think that Toto turned his car.
Yes. This is what I wanna talk about.
Okay.
Do we think that it is sabotage? Do we think that there is some Mercedes sabotage going on to let Kimi become the world champion? Because remember when Christian Horner was, like, obsessed with having Max Verstappen be the world champ, like, the youngest world champion? So what if
Mhm.
Toto is obsessed with having the youngest world champion because he missed out on Max Verstappen back then, and now he's got his Kimi now?
But would they do that? I mean, I guess they have enough points to still be leading the constructors
Have
champion.
you ever heard of Crashgate?
No, what's Crashgate?
Crashgate is where I think it was Kelly Piquet's daddy. He intentionally crashed into somebody in order to help his team win either the championship or the constructors championship or something.
So he crashed into another leading car.
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
Crashgate. Look into it.
Mm,
Crashgate. We'll do an
mm.
episode. Okay. So do we think it is a conspiracy theory, internal sabotage, or is it just poor luck on poor little George Russell's side?
Hmm. I think if he were to have bad luck in the next race, I'd start believing it.
He's he started off great, and maybe Toto saw Kimi start winning, and he was like, "I will have him." Like,
Okay, but George
he will
wasn't
be the youngest.
in Monaco, he wasn't in the top 3. So would it really have benefited them to
What was
hold
he?
him back?
What was he?
I think 5th or 4th. He
And
kept
then,
moving up as people were dropping
so
out.
when the race started, I didn't watch the beginning of the race. When the race started and Max immediately DNF'd, was he third?
Mm-mm. Who was it? It was Kimi. I want to say George was like behind Isaac and behind the Ferraris.
George?
I think so. Let me see. I think I'm going to have to Google this.
I thought Kimi won pole.
Yeah. Kimi won pole.
Oh. Sorry, I thought we were confusing him with George. What position was he in when they had to do a safety car? Or they had to, like, he had to
Mm,
serve his 5-second penalty?
um, hold on.
We gotta look back into it, because if he was close to Kimi when they decided to do the 5-second penalty, maybe he told his team to wait. But also, I think that's kind of like hard to keep secret. Someone would, like, you'd have to tell the whole.
I think I'll have to look this up later because I'm getting like too many different article options. But
Yeah. Because who tells them, like, you need to wait the 5 seconds now versus no waiting 5 seconds? Is that Toto,
I mean, it's always wait
or
5
is it the
seconds. Like there's
engineers?
never the option to not wait the 5 seconds. But what happened was that when he got to the pit lane, everyone was pitting due to the yellow flag. He had to wait before he even got to the pit lane with his team, and he thought that the waiting was serving the 5 seconds according to the team. Like they thought that him waiting before he even got to the pit was him serving the 5 seconds. And then there was confusion afterwards, or he even asked. He said, like,
That's what I'm saying.
did
Who tells the team, like, don't work on the car for 5 seconds
I don't know. I just thought it
versus,
was automatic.
oh, he waited. But wouldn't they have to, like, know that or tell them that?
I don't know.
Like, we're gonna serve the 5-second penalty now? Because the mechanics all have to take orders from someone.
True. I don't know. That's worth looking into.
Conspiracy.
Toto. Maybe Toto. Okay, so now we're going to move on to
Oh my
Monaco,
god.
although we kind of
Wait, do it again. I'm burping.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to Monaco, although we kind of covered it a little bit when we talked about George serving his 5-second penalty. But Monaco was a little crazy, a little crazier than I thought it would be for a race where you can't really lap.
Usually Monaco races are, like, pretty boring because whoever is in first stays in first, which,
Was the case,
yeah.
but whoever was in second did not stay in second.
Mm-mm.
Let's start with the beginning. So Max
When
was
you get to the
second.
end.
So Max was starting in second position. And oh my gosh. So when the race started, I really honestly was looking forward to this. I was looking so forward to this because he's got that reputation for like you just do not want him behind you. And I was wanting to see the battle between Kimi and Max because we
Mhm.
haven't really seen that this season. Max has been too far behind.
That'll be
Um,
exciting.
but he didn't start. The lights went off and his car stalled. And what was funny to me was that in a press conference before the race, when Kimi asked Hamilton and Max if they had any advice for him for Monaco, Max told him, when the lights go out, wait a second. He said, wait a second, and then go. Like he was joking, right? Telling Kimi to give him an advantage. And then in the end, it was Max who waited a second while everyone lapped him. And then he didn't even get to race. He retired immediately.
That
And
sucks.
yeah, did he jinx himself? I don't know.
No.
But that was so sad. I was really looking forward to that battle, which never happened. Everyone went around him. I'm just glad nobody crashed, like right off the bat.
Oh.
Everyone maneuvered safely around him, and
Mm.
then the race was on. And then after that, it was a little boring for a while. Like there wasn't a whole lot of action going on. And it started off with everyone was starting to get 5-second penalties for spitting to, to a spit on the Everyone was getting 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lanes. And
Why were they speeding in the pit lanes? Why were they
so after like the fourth or fifth person got a penalty, the announcers were like, what's going on? Like, why does everyone keep getting 5-second penalties? All these seasoned drivers are getting 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane. There must be something wrong with like whatever's, counting their speed or something.
Mhm.
Um, and then I think they started to explain it towards the end. I'm not fully understanding what exactly happened, but it seemed like the way the pits were set up, I think Cadillac was towards the end, and some drivers thought they were out of like the pit lane where they could speed,
Oh.
but they were still technically in Cadillac space. So it was
Oh.
a technicality from what they were explaining towards the end of the race. So it may have been an accident, really, that all of these drivers were getting 5-second penalties. So imagine that you're George Russell, you get that 5-second penalty over like a technicality, and then you're you don't serve your 5 seconds during the yellow flag, which is, I guess, what we'll talk about next. So there were several yellow flags and a red flag in this race. The first yellow flag was from Stroll. He crashed during this turn, and then they had the yellow flag. He had to retire. Everyone took the opportunity to pit. And this, I believe, is when George also pitted, but did not serve his 5 seconds, or he thought he did while he was waiting to pit, but
When
that
in the
did not
race
count.
did Stroll crash?
I don't know. I didn't clock that. I think it was lap 60.
Oh,
I
wow.
think it was lap 60 when Stroll crashed. And then not long after that, when the cars started racing again, I think it was the first lap after they started again, after the safety car, Leclerc crashed in the same exact spot. And then he got immediately on the radio. He's like, I'm not taking the blame for that. Like these freaking brakes or something like that. And it when then after that they did another yellow flag, but then afterwards they did a red flag because they went out to inspect the track. And it turned out that in that corner there was a lot of marbles, as you explained earlier, which was degraded pieces of rubber that came off of the tires. There was a lot of debris on the track. And I think there was also like a pothole or something, because I think it was like freshly paved track that degraded as the cars were driving over it and, such top speeds. And then it caused a lot of this debris from the tires. And it just ended up with two cars crashing in the same spot.
Who crashed? Lance
Lance
and
Stroll and then Charles Leclerc.
oh, on the same exact spot.
Yeah, so neither one of them were able to finish the race, and it was so sad for Leclerc, who's, that's his home race where
He's the Prince of Monaco, and when he won Monaco, did he win last year?
I don't
Whenever
think
he
so. No,
won,
I don't
like,
think he did.
a year or 2 ago, or 2 years ago. They thought that his curse was broken because for a long time, they were saying, like, he had the Monaco curse because he would always, like, DNF it or, like, not he's just not place.
Mm, well, the curse is not broken. Maybe it's a Ferrari curse
The curse came back.
because he renewed the contract.
Yes! Oh my god! Maybe the curse was like, "You're so close, I'll let you have this one," and then he would decide to renew it. He's like,
Mm,
"Nah,
yeah,
that's what you get."
that's so sad. Let's see, what else was there to talk about? Well, yeah, so basically a lot of drivers were getting penalties and getting
Yes.
investigated. I think there was a couple collisions. I think 2 different cars collided into Carlos Sainz, causing him to have to retire, which kinda sucks. Like, you got hit once, you're still able to drive, you're still going, you got hit again.
There was a lot of retirements. It was,
Like 6
Bottas,
different people? Yeah, mhm,
Verstappen,
yep,
Leclerc,
mhm. Stroll.
Stroll.
Who else? There was a signs.
Oh, Carlos Sainz.
Hmm,
Is that it?
and I wanna say there might have been one more. Oh, Ollie Bearman, I think.
Ollie Bearman.
Who else? That might have been it, maybe. But, oh, wait, something I didn't put in the notes. Cadillac got a point.
You got a point
Got a point.
from
From
Checo.
and actually what happened, I think, was because Hulkenberg, I think, was one of the cars that crashed into Sainz. He got a
Oh, did
penalty.
Hulkenberg DNF?
No, he got a penalty, which made Sergio get into the top 10.
Oh,
So his 10-second penalty resulted in Cadillac having their first point. Yes. Let's go Checo. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go Checo.
So yeah, that's it for the last 2 races.
I would like to say that Kimi was in the purple sector. He was fastest lap, like 8 laps in a row.
Oh, he got, most something driver, best driver, something
Yeah, like
for Monaco.
the
Forgot exactly what it's called because I know in basketball it's MVP.
yeah, it's like voted by the fans, right?
I think so. And yeah, you're right. He was having, but dude, that's the thing. Like that, I understand why people want them to investigate Mercedes because when he gets ahead, he's alone. He's alone. Like he was so far ahead Hamilton that he was able to pit and still come out in number 1. Like, in fact, I think he was like 30 seconds up for a while until the flag, until the red flag where they had
To start again.
when they had to start again. If it weren't for that, like, who knows? He probably would have been a whole lap ahead.
Like
I
a
don't
lap
know.
doll.
Like he would have lapped everybody. But that's what closed the gap, which probably would have given Hamilton like his closest to the winning, but he was still able to pull out ahead and he won. Because yeah, you just can't catch up to that Mercedes. It would have been fun to see if Max could try, but maybe next time.
Do we want to call it now and say Kimi's going to be the world champion? Or should we wait?
I mean, it's looking like it. I think
Maybe we can wait 2 more races.
I would wait more because I mean, don't the cars still have an opportunity to upgrade?
During the summer, a lot of them do upgrades.
Because Ferrari's still up there. Let me see who's because Hamilton's in second now, although he is 66 points
66
behind.
points behind, yeah.
But still, I don't think it's.
If Kimi keeps winning, the gap's just going to keep getting wider and wider.
Mhm.
And who knows if he's even going to place again.
Who, Hamilton?
Although this is his second in the season.
This is his second, but I think this is his third podium.
Oh, third podium. Okay.
Well,
There's a good chance.
is it his third? He's been up there with.
Max.
Oh, remember when
Kimi.
he's been up there with Max and Kimi. He's been up there with Kimi and George.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. Mercedes 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then he was up there today. Was this his third or fourth? I don't know, but he's doing better. He's doing good. He's getting closer to that number 1, like to the win. This is his second, so maybe he'll get a 1. It might still be a little early, but I think it's like.
When is Italy?
I don't know, not in June. Let me see if I can find it here.
It would be very cool to see Ferrari win in Italy, like if it was Hamilton.
Italy, September 6th.
Oh, wow.
A couple months away.
Yeah. All right, so what do we have next? Austrian?
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
When is Madrid? That's what I want to see. Wait, did Madrid already happen?
Did it?
Did it?
Belgian, Hungarian. Keep going. Dutch, Italian, Spanish.
Oh,
Good.
here it goes. September 13th. I think I was looking for Madrid, not Spanish
Oh.
GP. So I skipped right over it. Okay, September 13th. I was like, no, it didn't happen yet. Oh, Mexico City, November 1st. I'd like to see that one day with my people. But yeah. Oh, not unrelated to the races, but there was this TikTok where this guy was pretending to be Checo and Bottas, like talking to his engineers, and they're like, okay, we need to increase the popularity of Cadillac. Like, what can we do? And then Checo's like talking all these technical things, like improve this, improve that. And then Valtteri says, or I could just post my ass on Instagram again. And then they're like, I love it. Checo do the same. He's like, what? And then I freaking love that because I do remember that post. And it was so funny. His ass looked so white because like his body looked tan and then his ass looked so white. Like you can tell.
He like actually posted his ass?
He actually posted his ass. Like it was like, you can kind of see it, like the little bumps of his butt.
Why did nobody tell me?
What?
On Instagram?
Yes. And
important.
Yes, that is important. And it looks like he had been tanning like in a Speedo or something, or like swim trunks. So his ass was definitely not the same color as the rest of his body. But so it stood out more, I think, which was better. But yeah, so I thought that was hilarious. And then somebody in the comments was like, isn't Checo already like the minister of ass in Mexico or something like that?
They call him viejo sabroso.
I know. I kind of don't like that. I don't know. I don't like it.
Why?
But I don't know. It just makes.
I don't.
I feel like it's
ass.
something. I feel like that's something a Thea would say.
Me.
Well, this was a while ago, girl. You're 2000 and late now, but
oh damn, how long ago was it?
I don't know. I gotta look it up. But okay,
I will find the ass.
Another thing I forgot to mention was coming up to the Monaco Grand Prix. Cadillac was debuting like a Badger helmet, and they kept doing all these posts with the Badger, which made all the fans speculate if Danny Ricciardo was coming back. And they're like, well, then who would he replace? And then people in the comments are like, better not be Checo, not my Checo. Like, but I think, and then they had Valtteri telling a story about the Badger. I actually saved it because I'm like, I'm going to go to bed and play it as my bedtime story. It was funny. Or maybe it wasn't. Was it his Instagram or was it the team? Oh, it's right here. How did you miss it?
No, I thought Checo, not Valtteri.
No.
Valtteri always posts his ass.
Oh, okay. Well, it's my first time seeing his ass.
Oh my God.
I don't think Checo would have a white ass, but why doesn't he show us so we can find it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Let us be the judge of that, okay? But I think that's it for today's episode. Was there anything else we needed to go over today?
I think that was it.
Let's look here.
In pop culture news, Kim Kardashian was at the race. I saw a concerning video. I saw a video of the Cash App admin asking them some kind of question, and then her and Chloe just ignored him, which was kind of rude. But she was like videotaping Hamilton, and he like blew her a kiss. It was cute.
I know, at that part I was like, oh, because I love, but at the same time I'm like,
I should have been.
Okay, so don't forget to follow us on social media. We have finally decided to update our handle so that they all match. So now it's the Grid Girls F1, one word. The Grid Girls
YouTube,
F1.
Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. The Grid Girls F1. Like, follow,
subscribe,
share, subscribe,
and share and comment. Mark it as your favorite. Bookmark it. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Turn on your notifications.
Grid Girls out.
Grid Girls out.